Welcome to FileMaker Integration, Roadmap for the Future, Part 1. FileMaker DevCon 2019 in Orlando, Florida. I'm Tim Sambura. I'm the CEO and software engineer at LuminFire. Been using FileMaker for 27 years and a certified developer in almost all the versions from 8 to 18. This is my 18th DevCon. I've been attending since 2002 in Palm Desert. And I have a degree in electrical engineering and a minor in theater arts. I love to travel to Disney with my family, and many of my hobbies, things I do, magic, juggling, trumpet, piano, drums, French. And I started LuminFire full-time 9 years ago. And so LuminFire, as a company, we build smart technology that delivers business results. We focus in primary areas of FileMaker. We are a platinum partner and WordPress, and we are also members of the Apple Consultants Network. Some key specialties we have are integration, enterprise IT, mapping and spatial visualization, including GIS, Geographic Information Systems, and security compliance, including HIPAA, PCI, FERPA. And we recently made the list, the Inc. 5000 list, as one of the most successful companies in America in terms of our growth over the last 3 years. We are from Minneapolis, St. Paul area, the Twin Cities of Minnesota, and a lot of good things have come out of Minnesota. This is our office. We are very fortunate to hold our FM Pug meetings at our office in the Minneapolis area. And here are some of the good things that have come out of Minnesota. We have the Milky Way candy bar, the Twister game, Spam, the salted nut roll, lots of foods, Betty Crocker and General Mills, the Tonka trucks, rollerblades, the Honey Crisp apple, and Scotch 3M tape. The Minnesota State Fair is a big thing in Minnesota. They're one of our clients. We track over 5,000 competitions and over $2 million of prize money on iPads using FileMaker. Another famous Minnesota treat is Tater Tot Hot Dish. But we believe one of the best things coming out of Minnesota is LuminFire. We've chosen the theme of the Pixar Disney movie Up for DevCon this year. And you can see the house is an analogy for your solution, and the balloons are all the ways that LuminFire can help you to get your solution to where you want it to be. Various services and products that can help you along the journey, your adventure. Here's the adventure book, the LuminFire Brilliant Solutions Adventure Book. And it's about integration. And integration helps you to get to your paradise solution. What is application integration? It's really about bringing systems together and making software talk. Why would you want to do it? It eliminates double entry and errors. It avoids reinventing the wheel. It makes your applications simply more powerful. So if you have FileMaker and you want to talk to the world, all these different services that are out there, how can we go about that? Well, integration is difficult. That's a known issue. And the corollary that we have with LuminFire is that nothing is easy. And we know this from spending hours and hours solving some of these problems. And they involve APIs. That's one of the building blocks for applications to talk to each other. An API is an application programming interface. And normally we're using JSON and curl to talk to them. And most modern applications have an API. So why is integration difficult? It's because we have these moving targets, constant change. There are varying quality in the APIs and the code of different applications. We have data mapping and syncing issues, and just debugging JSON and curl commands in FileMaker is more difficult than standard scripts. So since integration is not easy, we at LuminFire have spent a lot of time working out some brilliant solutions. And we're going to show you, as you build your app, how we could help. You have this construction analogy in building custom applications. You have your existing solutions, then we might build a blueprint or a plan for how we get to your future solution. And sometimes that involves remodeling, where you're adding on a room or a feature or a component here and there, or if the structure of your existing solution is such that it needs to completely be rebuilt, it needs a new foundation, sometimes that's the plan as well. So here are our tool set of custom application building blocks. We have FM Ignite, which is our fully customizable business solution. FM Flare, which is pre-built FileMaker code modules. Brilliant Sync to sync data between websites and APIs, and Brilliant Gateway as data API middleware. So the three icons on the right are really what we call middleware. They work between FileMaker and other products. And if you think of FileMaker as the workplace innovation platform, we can look at the middleware as kind of the workplace integration platform. Looking at the larger tool set, we can add in FileMaker. FileMaker and FM Ignite make a solution there, and then also web technology like WordPress, React, and JavaScript. Very important in today's world. And then we have FM Flare, Brilliant Sync, and Brilliant Gateway. All these things working together as a complete tool set to build custom apps quickly. As I mentioned before, we have FileMaker as a workplace innovation platform, and then these other tools on the right as the integration platform. FM Ignite, FM Flare, Brilliant Sync, and Brilliant Gateway. So let's look first at FM Ignite. It's the fully customizable FileMaker-based business solution. And it has FileMaker as its foundation, and you can think of FM Ignite as the business software, the application solution. It's a template, it's a framework, it's a starting point. And there are a few different versions of FM Ignite. We have FM Ignite Starter, which is a free template you can download and fully unlocked you can use yourself. FM Ignite SaaS, which is bundled with hosting and FileMaker licensing. FM Ignite Pro, which is the granddaddy of them all. And it has 4 different versions: creative agencies, manufacturing, service industry, and art galleries. Looking closer at FM Ignite Starter, it has most common business functions. It's fully open and modifiable. It's well designed using best practices in the FileMaker world and ready to integrate with FM Flare and Brilliant Sync as well. And it provides a smooth migration path to FM Ignite Pro should you need to take advantage of those features. FM Ignite Pro is our full feature-rich custom business solution. You really have the advantage of owning your data and having a competitive advantage when you use a tool like this. And it's lowering the overall cost of development and being able to deploy faster by using this FM Ignite. By jump-starting development, it has over 10,000 hours of coding and nearly $2 million in R&D. It's really a solid architecture built on the latest FileMaker advances, and it's built to enhance and modify. Let's look at FM Flare, Advanced Code Modules for FileMaker. FM Flare is built with all script steps, native script steps in FileMaker. There are no plugins involved, and we maintain it with changing APIs. There are over 70 services we support and 100 functions, and each day we're adding more. So if you are looking for some sort of integration, likely we've done it before, should check with FMFlare. It sits between FileMaker and APIs on the internet of different applications. So there are scripts that talk between FMFlare and FileMaker, and then APIs between FMFlare and the world. We distribute it as a FileMaker file, and also, which is the FMFlare file, and then also a FMFlare example file. Both of the example file and your solution would make an external data source connection to the FMFlare file, and then you can call it the controller script with service, function, and parameters. And then you can use the FMFlare example file to test connections to external services, and also just to learn how to incorporate script steps into your own solution. So this is the box in FileMaker where you manage external data sources. You would just make a connection to the FMFlare file from your solution. And then this is the example file. You can see you can search for different integration services like Slack or Twilio and see which functions are available and which tier of FMFlare they are available in. You can also explore these on our website for FMFlare and see the different services that are available to connect to. So here's an example of the example file for FMFlare showing how to use the Slack service, which is an internal company messaging application. So you would sign up for Slack and enter your webhook URL in there, and then you can customize some fields and enter a message and click on send message. It will log those entries as you test them. Once you know that your connection is working, you can copy the scripts directly from FMFlare into your own solution. And they look like this. They're pretty straightforward, like send Slack message. We've got in this area where we set the parameters, some parameters regarding error messages and success messages, and then the appearance and the actual message, and then the script automatically sets JSON values for you before it calls FMFlare to actually perform the step and returns a result code as well. So it's pretty straightforward. A lot easier than building all the curl commands and JSON, required JSON by yourself. So FM Ignite Sports is a solution that's built with FM Ignite Starter, and FMFlare will use it as show an example of a real-life solution using these tools. And Diggs Volleyball is a volleyball team that needed a way to organize over 60 girls that are involved in the teams, and so we built a FileMaker database based on FM Ignite Starter for Diggs Volleyball, and it manages the contacts, their parents, the teams, some notes, games and tournaments, and then the journal of their payments for various things. You can see from this screenshot it manages also their clothing sizes and prints out reports that can be sent to the companies to order jerseys. Here's an example of the list view showing the different teams, and across the top you'll see that some of the common functions they need to do is send email, send text messages, look at a map, view the website, and import forms. Here's another view of the teams and showing some of the details there. So this solution is also using FMFlare to integrate Gravity Forms to import applications from the WordPress website, from Twilio to send text messages to athletes and parents, and then Mailgun to send emails, and Maps to show carpool information. We use WordPress in a lot of our websites because it's very powerful, and in fact it powers 47% of all content management sites on the internet and almost 30% of the entire internet. You can update WordPress websites without breaking them. There's a thriving and engaged community similar to the FileMaker community. And also, WordPress websites rank highly with SEO. They have themes that can change the look and feel. And there are thousands of plugins that add features to WordPress websites. So we built this WordPress website for the Diggs Volleyball Club. And on the sign-up page, we're using a plugin that's made for WordPress called Gravity Forms. It's a powerful drag and drop interface. It's really the industry leader in the WordPress space. It's flexible, reliable, and well supported. So this is what the sign-up sheet looks like, or the form online. And here's a demo of how that sign-up sheet was actually created. Just wanted to give you a quick demo of creating a form using Gravity Forms that can be imported using FMFlare. Go to the WordPress dashboard, choose Forms, New Form, give it a title, and then we just drag over fields that we're interested in. The name, single line of text here for the school, and then finally their address. Save it by clicking on Update, and then we're going to a special area called Field Helper, which is provided by FMFlare so that we can type in FileMaker friendly names for each of these fields. And then we save that. Those names will come over when we import. And we can preview the form, and it looks like that. So it's pretty simple. So this is a view of the player interest form within WordPress. And again, the field helper settings all filled out to match FileMaker field names. And let's look at some ways that you can use Gravity Forms to get that WordPress data into FileMaker. First, you could just copy and paste it from an email notification. You could export it as Excel, as a CSV file, and import. You can use the APIs, and write custom JSON or curl. But that's a lot of work. And FMFlare and Helper plugin is really the recommended one with importing forms that we're going to demonstrate here. Or you could use Brilliant Sync, and that's really used in situations where you may have more advanced or bidirectional synchronization of information. So copying and pasting it from email looks like this. It's a lot of busy work. There's prone for error, data and double data entry. Exporting it as an Excel CSV is a little less work, but it's more works that you need to follow a lot of manual steps to make it happen on a regular basis. So the Gravity Forms import that's built into FMFlare is much easier. You enter a few key information into the FMFlare Gravity Forms Flare, and that would be like the consumer key, the consumer secret key that you get from Gravity Forms, some of the web form settings, and once it's set up, you just have a button in your solution that can import what you see here, the player interest forms, directly into your FileMaker solution, and it will just create records for you, or you can script it to check to see if a record already exists. You have full control over that information once it comes into FileMaker. Here's an example where it just imported 9 entry forms, and the new forms then appeared in the database. The second integration that we have in this solution is with Twilio, which is a service for sending SMS texts. And this is a look at the FM Flare configuration screen there. Again, we're copying the scripts out of this into the solution FM Ignite Sports, and you can then use that to send texts to students, to parents, or texting everyone in the found set, for example, in the FileMaker database. Very similar kind of implementation is also available for transactional email. That's email that gets sent and is not usually sent to spam. It's you actually have records of each email being sent and know that it's safely arriving with services like Mailgun, SparkPost, and Mandrill. And within FM Flare, you can just choose one of those services as a different parameter. You don't have to change the coding. And then there's FM Flare Maps, which has geolocation, where you're determining the latitude and longitude of an address. Worldwide, we have also then maps that are you can create with pinpoints and custom icons. And those base maps are actually from various different sources, and you don't have to license them like you would with Google. So here's a demonstration of some of the maps. I'm going to show you a quick demo of the Maps FM Flare module. We're looking at the several different contacts here. I'm going to find the active contacts and then the team, sort by the team name. And if I click on map, it will take the 52 active contacts and map them. So I can make this map a little, zoom in here and click on an individual person. As I click on view, it'll show that player in the background, and I can go directly to them. Or I can expand this, and the pin here matches the color of the team that they're on. So this is really useful for helping to find people who might want to carpool. You can look at a different base map. There are lots of different options, and every single one of these maps that is in here is free for use. It's not, you don't have to pay like Google Maps fees. You've got the satellite view. We could zoom in here and see if one of these homes, well, they've actually got some swimming pools here. So that's it. So at DevCon here, we're also using the FM Flare Maps module to live map your results of the DevCon 2019 survey. We're asking a few fun questions like, what is your FileMaker expertise, your music expertise, what instrument do you play, are you a performer, and then some questions about Disney. What's your favorite classic character, your favorite princess, or your favorite park? And we're showing those live on a map, which is kind of fun, and see if there's any correlation between FileMaker developers and music, and whether or not we could create a regional band. If you also desire that survey, you can scan your QR code from the DevCon to Go app and autofill the rest of the form to get information if you're interested. Here's an example of one of the maps. We see this is the Disney characters map, the custom icons that are shown on there, and those icons are uploaded to Amazon S3 using the FM Flare S3 module, and then the mapping software actually looks at them and plots them. So we see we've got a high goofy favorite character in the Minneapolis area here. So here's some details on FM Flare. There are 3 tiers. There's a starter tier, which is free, and so there are a lot of really valuable flares in that starter tier, including the S3 uploader and the Slack module, among others. And there's a pro module, or pro tier, where based on the number of users, that's a paid product. And then there's Elite, or where It's a custom. We can build any connector that's part of this structure of FM Flare for you to use. Now, the message of the film Up is that the real adventure of life is in the relationships we have with other people. And Pete Docter, the chief creative officer at Pixar, said that. He was also the director of Up, and he happens to be from Bloomington, Minnesota. And we at LuminFire know that relationships matter. They matter in your relationship graph, and they matter in life. And I'm very thankful for my family. This is my 2 daughters and my wife. And my older daughter, when she was young, gave me this letter, and it was for my birthday, and I got to choose 3 or less of these items to do with her for my birthday. And they're some of my favorite things that she knew were really important to me. I was just happy that one of the items on that list was "You teach me more FileMaker programs." That it actually made the list. And we truly value the long-term trusted relationships that we have with our partners at LuminFire. And because of that, we have several gifts that we're going to offer you at DevCon here. FM Ignite Starter, the fully customizable business solution. FM Flare Starter with pre-built FileMaker code modules, and then also an ebook called Solving the Tech Puzzle. Where does FileMaker fit? So you can get those just by going to luminfire.com/devcon. We believe adventure is out there. For your solution, we can help to partner with you to get you where you dream of going. FileMaker Integration Roadmap for the Future, Part 2. Hi, I'm Tim Simbura, and if you saw Part 1, this is a repeat slide. I'm the CEO and one of the software engineers at LuminFire. Been involved with FileMaker for many years and have a few hobbies and things there. LuminFire, brilliant solutions. We specialize in FileMaker, WordPress, web technologies, and also we are a partner as part of the Apple Consultants Network. We have other specialties in integration, enterprise IT, mapping, spatial visualization, which includes GIS, Geographic Information Systems, and then security compliance, HIPAA, PCI, FERPA. We are one of the largest resellers of FileMaker in licensing, and one of the reasons is that we really look carefully and make sure that you're getting the right licensing and only pay for what you need to. So we save clients thousands of dollars in purchasing their FileMaker licenses directly from us every year. LuminFire also provides FileMaker hosting, which is really great for a fixed monthly cost. It's secure and reliable. We have backups and offer redundancy of hardware in several locations all over the world, and we have custom options as well, including HIPAA hosting. Just want to make you aware of brilliantscoops.com, which is our curated quality FileMaker tech news. We have over 1,200 articles on there with summaries and links, and you can submit your own articles on there as well. It's a great resource that we provide to the community. So let's talk about the LuminFire tool set. We have 4 main products related to FileMaker: FM Ignite, which is our fully customizable business solution; FM Flare, FileMaker code modules for integration; Brilliant Sync, that allows to sync data with websites and APIs; and then Brilliant Gateway, which is an enterprise-level data API as middleware. So this middleware, these 3 products, FM Flare, Brilliant Sync, and Brilliant Gateway, really make up what we call the workplace integration platform. One of our success stories is a company called Peregrine General Pest Control, and I just want to use them as an example of really turning a solution into something modern to run their business using FileMaker, and then connecting to many external services as required through integration. So we used FM Ignite, Service Industry, and FM Flare as the basis for this solution, connecting to several external services: AWS for storing photos in the cloud, Mailgun for sending reliable client emails, and Twilio for SMS reminders, messaging, text messaging. And then we also used JavaScript calendar and list views, integrating some additional code from JavaScript into the FileMaker solution. We start each project with a technology blueprint. And Nick Holland, the owner of Peregrine, said this: "You really nailed it on the blueprint. It's amazing how you translated all my random thoughts into 30 pages of organization. I'm genuinely excited to start building this new app and having a long-term and personal business relationship." And that's what we value, and that's what we have. So FM Flare, using AWS S3, is the simple storage service. And it really is great for keeping large files out of the FileMaker database and where they're also accessible by the web. So you take PDFs and large photos and push them out to this cloud service to actually store them. And then if we need to, a WordPress website or other website could also access those if we make them available publicly. Then we also used Twilio with FM Flare to provide SMS texting. And then the JavaScript integrations that we used were open source code that added additional features and functionality through the FileMaker web viewer. We used fullcalendar.io for the calendar, drag and drop calendar view, and then also for list views we used datatables.net. So here's a quick demo of some of those features.
Hello, today we're going to be looking at a custom install of FM Ignite from LuminFire with integrations powered by FM Flare. First thing we're going to look at is an integration with Amazon S3 storage. This allows us to store files in the Amazon S3 cloud so that resources can be reused on the web or in other places as needed. So here we drop a picture into the container field, and we have script triggers set up that automatically generate image thumbnails for other uses in list views, and then upload that image to Amazon S3. And there's the image hosted on Amazon S3. Next, we're going to take a look at the workflow for making a service ticket. The first thing we're going to do is select a customer. This is styled to look like a FileMaker portal, but it's actually a web viewer using data tables, which is a JavaScript integration. As you can see, searches are lightning fast and allow us to quickly select a customer. In this case, we'll select LuminFire, set a service type, and then we'll select a couple services. And we need to exterminate. We'll add a couple line items. Now our communication preferences are set with a mobile number and email. We will confirm that. And next we'll select a couple of technicians. So Mark is going to be our lead, and Marilyn will be the assistant. The next step is to schedule the service. Here we have another JavaScript integration. I'm going to select a date range. This will show me the week and any other services that are already scheduled, so I can see which things conflict, where there might be holidays or technicians on vacation. So we'll pick a time range. We'll say this will take 3.5 hours, and we will schedule it for Friday afternoon. Just clicking on a spot in the calendar sets off a trigger that will create an event record and then refresh the calendar to show us that. There's our new task. Finally, I just have to save this, and then FM Flare will kick off a couple things. We will have a text message sent to me that is working through Twilio, and also a transactional email set off by Mailgun, and we'll see those come in now. We'll get a confirmation, so I'll go ahead and send that. Get my success message, and there's my incoming text, and then the email fires off and I get a confirmation of that as well. And there's my email. We'll take a look. There we have confirmation of my appointment details and a picture of the technician so I know who's coming. Thank you for watching this overview of LuminFire's FM Ignite powered by FM Flare.
So Nick also said, working with LuminFire has been a great experience from start to finish. They're brilliant engineers that have innovative ideas that impact our business in a positive way. FM Ignite allows Peregrine to move to the next business level and beyond. It separates us from our competitors in a meaningful way, so we can be the company our clients want to receive services from. So let's look at another option in FM Flare. It's the integration with Brilliant PDF, a service that we provide for using PDF files and working with them. This particular one allows you to quickly fill out a unique PDF form using FileMaker data.
Various things. Sky's the limit, it's your data. So without further ado, let's get on to it. We'll click Upload File. This right now will upload this PDF from the container file. It will gather all of my field data in a JSON object and send it. And here we see we have those fields, and then we have our PDF. We have multiple pages here. We can can scroll through each one, click back and forth. And then we have some options over here on the left. We can change the size. You can do this on a per field basis as well, but if I change it here, everything going forward will be in that 12-point size. We can choose a sans serif font or a script font, and there we go. Now we can grab our fields. Let's see. Here I added just a plain X because we're just going to check that box, and then we want our purchaser. That's going to be this company here, and our seller is going to drop in there. We're going to have some earnest money, and I'm sending that along both numerically and as text. And we've got our purchase price, again, written out as well. And then any of these fields, I can also click in here to edit. We can change the font size, and you'll see that changes kind of from the baseline so that it should stay placed where you put it. I can flip back and forth between the script font if I want something to look like a signature, perhaps, or back to the normal one, or I can edit this. And let's say we had a last minute change here. We're just going to change that price. There we go. We're all set. And there's also a free text entry. Say I've got something that I need to put on this form and I didn't have a field for this in my FileMaker file. I can just grab that. Works like any of the others, and I can type whatever I want. There we go.
So you see how that can increase your accuracy and speed of filling out forms as PDFs. Brilliant Sync is the next product we're going to look at. It allows you to sync data with websites and APIs. It's a great sync engine in that it handles large data sets. It connects FileMaker to websites and APIs without needing to use JSON or curl. You have many connectors available: WordPress, Gravity Forms, WooCommerce, and others that we can create. You can also create, Brilliant Sync makes tables and fields that FileMaker can understand. So it's converting what's an API call on one end to something that's just straightforward and can be added to the via ESS into the FileMaker relationship graph, and then auto syncs at specified intervals. So here's the map of how it works. You've got FileMaker on the one side, and we can talk via ESS, external SQL source, or the data API to Brilliant Sync. And then on the other side, Brilliant Sync is talking to the APIs and doing the translation and the synchronization for you. So we're trying to make use of the tools in the right places and choosing the best tool for the job. FileMaker really is great for your internal organization, workflow management, doing mobile technology offline with Go, doing reporting, integration of data sources and web services, and acting kind of as a data warehouse as well. WordPress is really excelling when it's an external company website that needs to be scalable to tens or thousands of users. It's great for e-commerce, account management, online payments, etc. So part of the reason here is that FileMaker is licensed per user, so it doesn't even really have a model that works in expanding it to thousands of users on the web. So here's the general technology design. We have FM Ignite in some cases as being the FileMaker solution that lives on the server. It can talk to SparkPost or Mailgun or any of these services via FM Flare to send email. Then you have your Office users, which can be on Macs or Windows or iOS, talking directly to FM Ignite or your FileMaker solution. We have Brilliant Sync then in the cloud, talking via ESS, and it also talks to the web server which may have WordPress or Gravity Forms or WooCommerce in this running on that side. And then both of them are able to talk to Amazon S3, for example, to share photos or files or PDF files that you might upload from FileMaker server. And then you have all of your clients or people anywhere that are accessing your WordPress website. So here are 4 examples that really illustrate this well. The Wedding Guys, Overland Art Gallery, Backcountry Access, and Wilderness Inquiry. The Wedding Guys is a solution for a trade show event organizers, and they had a FileMaker database with several tracking most of this information from shows and show registrations and vendors and venues, and they also wanted to manage their ticketing and payments on the website. So we added this button and other code to their existing FileMaker database to push this information to the web, and it's using that Brilliant Sync to do that. So we have shows that are pushing out to WordPress, venues that are pushing out, registrations pushing out, and also vendors and prospects. In this case, it's only a one-way push of data out to their website, and all of the custom coupon codes and ticketing is managed in their WordPress website, and the website looks really beautiful, and that's a quick look of it. We have also Overland Gallery, which is a Russian fine art or painting gallery, and they had an old Microsoft Access solution, and we replaced that with a new FM Ignite solution. It's much more modern and reliable and scalable. It can sync artists and galleries of images, and those images are stored on Amazon S3, and they can be then available to the web and FileMaker via FM Flare. So here's another picture of the beautiful artwork that they have available, and they sell to high-end clients, and those clients may want to search within the FileMaker, or may want to search for a specific type of painting. And so we push the artists, the products, groups, and group links out to a custom gallery on the WordPress website. And this gallery is created by doing a search, which is by an account person that's talking directly with this potential buyer. They will do search for the size, the color, the type of image that they might be interested in. And then once they come up with a few different choices that they think might fill their needs, they click on the Sync Now button, and that syncs a custom gallery and that they can send via an email to the potential buyer. And that custom gallery might look like something like this. They can click and get more detail on each one of these paintings, but it's only viewable to that person who's actually the interested client. Another example is Backcountry Access, and they had a complex e-commerce site that was talking directly to build, basically using custom web publishing with FileMaker. And the issue was with high volume, that FileMaker, the server, was not able to keep up with thousands and thousands of orders at one time, especially on Black Friday after Thanksgiving when they have these sales. And so we were able to separate out the concerns by using Brilliant Sync in the middle to create a custom WooCommerce based WordPress website. We're pushing out products, pricing, and inventory to the WordPress website and using S3 as well, Amazon. We have categories that are pushed out to WooCommerce. Sales orders and line items are pulled in from WooCommerce, and then invoices and line items pushed out, and then customers actually go both directions. So it's a more complex solution, but it really solved the issue and allowed Backcountry to have FileMaker in their environment and also handle this extreme volume of orders on their website. The last example is Wilderness Inquiry, and they are outfitting and trip management organization. They're using FM Flare and Brilliant Sync, and MailChimp Mandrill is used to send transactional emails, and Amazon S3 is used in many different cases through their HR portal, their trip photos that they publish to the website, and then WordPress is their website that uses in shows and galleries. So this is what their FileMaker database looks like. It's been upgraded and designed over time, and then we built the website for them that also integrates with their FileMaker database. Most of the information you see here is driven directly from FileMaker, but it's completely scalable. So you've got some GIS type maps here showing pins of where they can find their next adventure, and all the trip information and photos as well. So you see some detail on the map where you're actually clicking on and seeing information pop up that you can click to learn more as well. So this is one of the more complex solutions, synchronizing event registration bidirectionally, contact forms coming in, job posts, evaluations, donations, all these things synchronizing through Brilliant Sync or FM Flare in some cases between their website and FileMaker. And the executive director, Greg Lace of Wilderness Inquiry, said, "Our FileMaker system has been a key component to our success at Wilderness Inquiry. For many years, it has enabled us to consistently do more work with less staff. We work with LuminFire on our technology because they are the best at what they do, and we really appreciate working with people like them. They're forward-looking and they know the value of integrating their technology and making it work better." The last product I wanted to make you aware of is Brilliant Gateway, and it is a FileMaker Data API middleware. So it's really middleware as a service. It's stable, scalable, secure, and versionable. It provides a fully RESTful API with authentication options and simplified calls. We really look at it as an enterprise-grade FileMaker Data API, and once you've seen it in action, it's hard to think why you would maybe want to use the Data API without it in the middle. So you have FileMaker talking via the Data API to Brilliant Gateway, and then your custom application, you have a custom API, and on the right side here, your custom application, which could be built by other web engineers, it provides a more powerful and an API to the FileMaker solution that's much more what most web developers today would expect. So one of the key things is that we're allowing enterprise to use FileMaker in more ways. And we do a good amount of enterprise work. We have the required insurance. We have a great team for providing ongoing support and helping the citizen developer with that. And we know how to work directly with corporate IT and answer all of their security questions and other things. And then we really have the right tool set to be able to enable work at the enterprise level. And these are, again, our tool set, FM Ignite being the business solution, and then FM Flare, Brilliant Sync, and Brilliant Gateway all being middleware or the workplace integration platform that complements FileMaker. So why would you want to work with LuminFire? We get this question at our booth, and I put down some ideas to just kind of succinctly give you some ideas about when you might want to call us. We have a full suite of services: licensing, hosting, FileMaker, and web development. We have a unique tool set: FM Ignite, FM Flare, Brilliant Sync, and Brilliant Gateway. And we specialize in several different areas that are important today. So maybe these are some of the thoughts you have. You don't want to start building your solution from scratch. You need to talk to your information technology people, and you don't know the language they're using. You think that FileMaker can't do something, or someone told you that it couldn't, or you need to have ongoing support from a reliable team of brilliant engineers. That's when you might call us. You also might call us if you're stuck solving a very difficult problem with technology, you want to save money or be more profitable, you need to scale your application to thousands of users, you might have clients that are using iOS and Android, you want a web portal that's talking to FileMaker, or you have high security requirements when talking to FileMaker. So in summary, we really get the world to talk to FileMaker in many creative ways. And we also know that relationships matter, not only in the relationship graph, but as a team working together to solve problems. And we truly value the long-term trusted relationships that we have with our partners. We're providing 3 gifts to you today at DevCon: FM Ignite Starter, FM Flare Starter, and then also an ebook called Solving the Technology Puzzle. So you can get those by going to luminfire.com/devcon. We believe that adventure is out there, and you can get to it easier by selecting LuminFire as a partner to get you where you dream of going.